Hey guys, I thought it was finally time to just do a full practice focusing on the hips. I've gotten a few requests for that, so I figured it was about time. So if you have a strap or a towel, go ahead and grab it and have it nearby. And like I said, this is a full practice, just focus on stretching out the hips, making the hips feel better. I feel like that's where we hold on to a lot of our tension, not just physically, but also emotionally. So even if you have open hips and you feel like this practice won't do anything for you, I promise it will. It's so good to just shift that energy around that's like being stagnant, sitting in your hips. So if you get anything out of this video, please like it and share it with your friends and family or whoever you think might get anything out of it. And subscribe to my channel, and thank you so much, you guys. Enjoy. Okay, so grab either your towel or your strap, and let's start lying on our backs. Good. And you're going to take the strap or the towel and just wrap it around the big toe ball mound of that right foot and extend the left leg long to the ground. Good. And since we haven't done anything yet, just start to make little circles with the foot like you're drawing circles on the ceiling. Just warm up that leg a little bit. Switch the direction, making sure you go both ways. Good. Now bring that foot back up through center. Take a full breath in. And then on your exhale, you're going to pull the foot towards you and the knee towards the ground, like over to the side of like that right rib cage. And then you're going to do that again. So inhale as you lift the foot up to the ceiling. And then exhale as you pull that knee down towards the floor. Do that again. Inhale, lift the foot up. Now exhale, pull the knee down towards the right side of that rib cage. Good. And flexing that right foot like it's standing on the ceiling. And you're using the strap or the towel as leverage to help bring that knee down a little bit more if possible. This is a half happy baby. Starting out with warming up that right hip. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Good. Extend that right foot up and we'll just switch sides. So bring that left foot to the strap or to the towel. Extend that right leg long to the mat. Good. Now on your inhale, that foot is lifted up towards the ceiling. And on your exhale, you pull the knee down towards the ground to the left side of your left rib cage. Your inhale will lift the foot back up. And then exhale, pull the knee back down. One more time. Inhale, lift it up. And then exhale, pull it down. Hold it here. Flexing that left foot like it's standing on the ceiling, like actively flexing it. And then actively pulling the strap down to help the knee down a little bit further, opening up the left hip this time. You might feel like other things happening here, like maybe a stretch in your hamstring or your inner thigh. That's okay. And you'll release that left foot out of the strap. Just put the strap off to the side. Ground your feet down into the mat. Bring them like a little bit wider than hip distance, and then just gently let your knees fall from left to right. You can move slowly, you can move fast. Just kind of realize what speed your body needs right now. Again, we just started, so we're not fully warmed up yet. Take a deep breath in, keep rocking the knees, and then exhale, let it go. One more time, breathe in, breathe out, and then bring the knees back up through center. Good, and you're going to grab the backs of the knees and just help rock yourself up to a seat. And when you make it up to the seat, find Baddha Konasana, so the soles of your feet touch. The knees are falling out kind of like an open book. And grab your strap or your towel and wrap it around the knife edge side of the foot. Good. And take the strap's in both hands, and then just gently circle the torso in one direction, doesn't matter which one. Good. And try to keep actively pulling your knees towards the floor as you circle your upper body. Good. And switch the direction of the circle. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more time. Inhale. Good. And exhale. Come back up through center. You're going to release the strap. You're going to just put it off to the sides. Pull your knees together. And same thing like when we were laying down, but this time sitting up. But your hands are grounded behind you for a little bit of extra support. And just let your knees fall from left to right again. Good. Again, you're just warming them up, getting that synovial fluid moving around in your hips. Good. You'll bring your knees back up through center. And then just cross at your ankles and find a child's pose. So you're bringing your knees out wide and you're sending your hips to your heels, your forehead to the mat. You can rest your elbows down if you'd like. Just let your body relax and just focus on your breath. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. A couple more just like that. Breathe in and breathe out. One more on your own. Good. And then come up to a tabletop, so you're stacking the shoulders above the wrist and the hips should be over the knees. You're going to slide that right foot back behind you, tucking the toes, keeping the foot connected to the mat, and just gently rock forward and back. Good, and then stop through center and just slide that right foot off of the left side of your mat, awkward pigeon. Look over your left shoulder. You should feel a good stretch all on the right side of your body, including the hip, maybe even the hip flexor. Good, and come back through center, but this time lift that right foot off the ground. Good, now you're gonna lift that heel up and bring that foot over to the right top edge of your mat. And then kick it all the way back. You're going to do that again. Take that right foot to the right edge of the mat and then kick it back. Do it one more time. Bring it forward and then kick it back. Good. Draw the knee to nose and step that foot between the hands. Let the hips drop forward. Good. And take a couple breaths here before we do anything else. If you need to bring blocks or something underneath your hands to lift the floor up closer to you, that's totally fine. But dropping the hips forward, breathing in and out of the nose, keeping the breath controlled, the breath slow. Good. Now you're going to ground that left hand down, toe heel that right foot over to the right side of the mat a little bit. Come to the knife edge side of the right foot so that right knee is splaying out to the side. And then use the hand to press the knee away from you, opening up that right shoulder towards the ceiling. It's called a galaxy, and if this is enough, you're going to stay exactly where you are. If you need more, you're going to take this right hand and reach back for the left foot, adding in a quad stretch as well. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more time, inhale and exhale. Good. Gently release. Toe heel that right foot back through center. Send that right knee to meet the left knee in your tabletop, and just let your hips fall from left to right. Just kind of letting them release before we switch sides. And then come back through center, sliding your left foot back behind you this time, keeping the toes tucked and on the ground. Gently rock forward and back just for a moment. Good, and come back through center, awkward pigeon. So the left foot slides off of the right side of your mat as you look over the right shoulder. So you're stretching the entire left side of your body. Good, and on your inhale, try to fill your lungs up into your left rib cage. And then exhale, let your body relax. Good, kick that left foot behind you. Same thing that we did before. You're going to bring that left foot all the way up to the left corner of the mat. and then kick it back behind you. Doing that 2 more times. So bring that foot forward, tap it down, and then kick it back. Last time, bring that left foot towards the left corner of the mat, and then kick it back behind you. Good, take a breath in, and then exhale, knee to nose. Step the foot between the hands, walk that left foot forward so that left knee is stacking the left ankle, and then just let your hips fall towards the front edge of the mat. Again, you're taking a few breaths here before we take it any further. You're going to keep that right hand grounded on the mat. Galaxy on the left side. So toe heel that left foot over to the side a little bit, and then come to that pinky toe side of the foot. Use the left hand to press the knee away and to roll that shoulder up towards the ceiling, and also look up towards the ceiling. Good, and again, if this is enough, you stay where you are. If you need more, you reach back and take the quad stretch. But no matter what, you're still sinking your hips forward. You're still rolling that left knee out and looking up and breathing really slow in and out of the nose. Good, and you'll gently release out of it. Ground both of your hands down. Find your tabletop. Left knee meets the right knee. Gently rock your hips from left to right. Good, and come back through center. Tuck your toes and lift the hips up for your first downward facing dog. So your sit bones are lifting high, your heels are dropping low. Take a deep breath in, and then let it go. Do that again, inhale. Good, and exhale. Good, and you're gonna look up to your hands. Walk your feet just a little bit up, and then walk your hands all the way back to meet your feet. So you're about halfway at your mat, that halfway mark. Good, on your inhale, lengthen out the spine, bring your hands to the shin so your back is flat. And then exhale, forward fold over the legs. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, forward fold. 1 more time, inhale, lengthen out. And then exhale, fold it down. And then slowly rise up to stand. Take your time. Reach it up, looking up, inhale. Exhale, pull the hands to your heart, the chin to your chest. Just take a moment here, find your balance. Relax the shoulders. Notice the breath in and out of the nose. Good, inhale. And exhale. Open up your eyes. And you're gonna take that right ankle over the left knee for figure 4, awkward chair, or funky chair, whatever you want to call it. You're gonna just focus on sitting your tailbone down towards the ground. So you should feel a stretch in this right hip. You can use your hands on your lifted leg for balance. You can bring your hands to your hips or keep them at heart, depending on what helps you keep the balance the best. Good, take a full breath in. And full breath out. Slowly stand it up and take that right foot and just cross it over the left foot. So your pinky toes should be touching. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, forward fold. Good. Noticing the stretch in the low back, maybe the IT band on the left side. So that back leg is where you should probably feel most of the stretch. Good. Take 2 more breaths here. Good, and then uncross that right foot. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen up. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to stand, reaching up. Exhale, pulling the hands to the heart. Take a deep breath in. And a full exhale. And we'll do the same exact thing on the other side. So take that left ankle over the right knee, and then send the tailbone towards the floor. So you're bending into that standing leg and then feeling the stretch on the lifted leg. So again, your hands are wherever it's going to help you keep your balance the most. Good. And the deeper you sink your hips down, the also deeper you go into that left hip. Good. And you're slowly going to rise it back up. Step that left foot over the right. Inhale, reach up to the ceiling. And then exhale, forward fold. Now that right foot is in back. And that right leg is probably where you'll be feeling most of the stretch. Maybe in the IT band, maybe the low back, maybe all the way into your ankle, depending on where you're tight. And just take a few breaths here. Good, and then look forward so you can uncross that left foot. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, plant your palms on the mat. Find a high plank, so step it back. Take a breath in. And on your exhale, lower all the way to the belly. You can drop your knees for added support if you need to. On your inhale, lift your chest off the mat for cobra. And on your exhale, bring your knees nice and wide for a child's pose. Good. Full breath in. And a full breath out. Downward facing dog. Lift the sit bones high, drop the heels down low. And find a half pigeon on the right side. So pull that right knee up to the right wrist. Slide the left foot straight back behind you. Inhale, lift the chest forward to start. And then exhale, slowly lower the chest down towards the floor. And you want this right knee almost touching the right edge of the mat, just so your hips can be square. You don't want to be sitting off to the side. So try to square your hips towards the ground, and then try to relax into the pose. So noticing the stretch in that right hip, but breathing through that sensation. One more time, inhaling. And then exhaling. You're going to pick your head up. You're going to walk your hands back. And find a three-legged down dog. So tuck the left back toes under. And then lift that right foot all the way back and up towards the ceiling. Bend the knees so the hip can open up, releasing all of that tension on that right side. And that right foot will meet the left, find a half pigeon on the other side. So left knee comes up to the left wrist, again almost touching the left edge of your mat. Slide that right foot straight back behind you. Inhale, your chest is forward. And then your exhale brings your chest towards the mat. Your hips are staying square. You can always adjust the intensity of this pose by this front foot. So if you need more of a stretch, you bring that foot forward a little bit more until your shin is parallel towards the front edge of your mat. Today, this is where I'm at, so I want you to do the same. Notice where you're at today and then honor that. And then that kind of deciphers like how far you go or where you stay. Take a couple more breaths here. One more breath in, and then let that breath go. Pick your head up, walk your hands back, tuck the back right toes under, and find a three-legged down dog. So that left foot lifts up to the ceiling, and then you bend the knee, peel the hip open. Take that counter stretch. And that left foot will meet the right and downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Lift the heels up, walk your feet up towards your hands, and then find yourself on your seat and then ground the feet. Good. It should be about mat distance apart. Good. You're going to bring your hands to your heart, and slowly you're going to let your knees fall to the right first. Good. And you're going to lift it back up and then fall to the left. You're just going to keep alternating from left to right. This just helps with like the mobility in your hips. Again, getting that synovial fluid moving around in different spots that you might normally get it. That synovial fluid just kind of acts as like WD-40 for your joints. So these are really, really good for your hips. It's really good to warm up the hips. Last time, each side. I keep like moving forward and forward on my mat. Good, come back through center. You're gonna find that Baddha Konasana again, so bringing the soles of your feet together, the knees are wide. This time you can use the strap or you can not use the strap. Inhale, sit tall, and then exhale, hinge forward after your hips. So you can use your elbows to kind of help the knees further down, and you're leaning forward towards the mat. So your chest is falling towards the floor. But the breath is staying slow in and out of the nose. Inhale. Exhale. Do that again. Breathe in. And then breathe out. Good. And bring it back up through center. Plant the feet onto the floor. Reach the fingertips forward and slowly make your way down to your back. Take your time. Good. And when you do make it to your back, keep your feet hip distance and then bring them wider than the mat. So the feet are grounded and the knees are lifted. Good. And you're going to let both knees fall over to the right side, but make sure the knees are not stacking on top of each other. They're staggered. Good. And you're going to bring the left arm up towards the left ear, just laying it down on the ground, and you're looking over the right shoulder. If this is enough, you stay. If you need more, you can cross that right ankle over the left knee. Good. Taking a few breaths here. And you'll gently release. Take that left hand down, look up towards the ceiling, lift the knees up, and then just switch sides. So both knees stagger and fall over to the left side. The right arm comes up by the ear, and you'll look over your left shoulder. You're staying if this is enough, and then you're crossing that left ankle over the right knee if you need more. Try to let your body kind of relax into this pose. Take a deep breath in, and then let it go. One more time, inhale, and exhale. Good. Release, come back through center. Good. And hug both of your knees into your chest, so you're going to give yourself a good little hug, a little squeeze. You're going to gently rock from left to right. Good, and find happy baby. So we did half happy baby at the beginning of the practice. Now we're going to do full happy baby. If you have really tight hips, you're going to grab the backs of the knees. If you have, like medium tight hips, you're going to grab the outsides of your shins. If you have pretty open hips, you can grab the knife edge side of your feet and pull the knees down to either sides of the rib cage. But the goal here is to not have your knees further down by lifting your back. You want your entire spine on the mat, connected to the mat. So from the base of your skull to the base of your spine, your entire back is connected to the floor. You're actively flexing the feet, and you're actively pulling the knees closer towards the floor on either sides of your ribs. Take a couple breaths here. Good. One more inhale. And fully exhale. Good. And hug your right knee into your chest. Extend your left leg long to the mat. Switch sides. That right knee will fall over to the left side, and that right arm will extend out to a T. Just a gentle twist. Good. Come back through center and switch sides. So that right leg will go out long now, and the left knee will come in, and just twist over to the other side. The left arm comes out to a T now. Come back through center, giving yourself one last hug, one last squeeze. So pull your forehead up to meet your knees and take a deep breath in. And then exhale, release into your final resting pose. If you have like a towel or a shirt you want to bring over your eyes, you can do that. If you have the authority to turn your lights off wherever you are, feel free to do that as well. And just first start by laying here, just noticing how different your body feels. Maybe notice if you emotionally feel any better. A lot of times we hold our negative emotions in our hips. So it's good to focus on the hips and shift that energy around, help release it. So whenever we do focus on our hips, often we feel better emotionally after. So notice if that's reality for you right now. And take a deep breath in. And an open mouth exhale. And just enjoy this time to yourself on your mat. Namaste, yogis.